Hello and welcome back to another live stream. And this week we will be recapping kind of what's been going on in Yankee baseball, Yankee land over the past couple of weeks, couple of days, etc. Um, so yeah, um, not much going on right now in baseball in general, but we did have this nugget right now came out yesterday afternoon that Gleyber Torres never really received an offer for the Yankees from the Yankees, and this was kind of obvious. They didn't really want him back. It seemed like that the whole free agency that they did not want him back. So it's kind of upsetting. You know, I said on Saturday because I went live briefly Saturday, but this is my normal live time. It's truly the end of an era for Yankees baseball. It is. It's the end of an era. And then there was one, right? I remember the hype in 2016, 2017 when all these top prospects, Torres and Judge, Sanchez, etc., were coming up, and now there's only one on the team, and that's kind of sad. So after the World Series, he got phone calls from a lot of teams. He doesn't hold anything against the Yankees. I mean, look, Gary Sanchez literally said after he left, playing for the Yankees is like a 162 game playoff. It's a lot. It's a lot on everyone. So now for Torres to leave, hopefully I wish him nothing but the best in Detroit. It was kind of obvious that he was never coming back unless something like dire happened where the Yankees had to bring him back. Um Here's the current Yankee lineup. Now, the offseason is hopefully far from over because I want one more move, and I'm going to talk about a move that I would like in a minute. Um I have Volpe penciled in at leadoff. A lot of people around the game who have seen the Yankee lineup and all that stuff has said Volpe is probably leading off heading into 2024, 2025, unless they get a true leadoff hitter, which is what they probably should go out and do, is get an actual leadoff hitter. So right now it's Volpe. So I stuck with the same right, left. And obviously Cabrera and Dominguez are switch hitters. Dominguez is primarily lefty, so Boom might flip Goldschmidt and Chisholm just to have. He'll probably do that anyway, just to have a little bit of a breakup of the lefty run there. Um, this came up earlier, and I kind of didn't love it. And I'm gonna pull up a lineup with DJ stuff in a second. That the Yankees aren't ruling out having DJ LeMahieu as their starting second baseman next year, and that's what? Or starting second or starting third. Like, seriously, what? I get the injury history has played into this. I get all that. If you're serious about winning a world championship this year and beating the Dodgers and all that stuff, you cannot have DJ LeMahieu as your starting second baseman in 2025 or third baseman or starting infielder in 2025. It just can't happen. So this is a big no for me. I understand that this might be the plan. I understand that they might not wanna spend money. I mean, I'm sorry. You need to spend money. Or is this the plan in case they can't dump Stroh? I could totally see that, as this is the plan unless they could dump Marcus Stroman. If they dump Marcus Stroman or Trent Grisham or both ideally, then, okay, we can look for someone, and I think that someone will have with DJ LeMahieu. Obviously, I just swapped him and Cabrera out at the bottom of the lineup, so that's something there. Um, I think Ha-Sung Kim, who is a former Padre, is the perfect fit for the Yankees right now. I think that you can have him come on. I know there have been offensive dips in the past several years, but he could be your leadoff hitter because he gets on base and he walks a ton. That solves leadoff. That makes the lineup a little bit more balanced. Imagine having Wells, who was your cleanup hitter for majority of the 2024 summer of it until really till mid-September. From, like, June till September, he was your cleanup hitter, and imagine now he is your number 9 hitter. That'd be spectacular. Now I think I could see them swapping Jazz and Dominguez, or moving Goldschmidt into the 6 hole and Jazz into the 5 hole, Dominguez into the 7 hole. I could see them doing this. This is just a lineup for now that I have proposed, but I think they need another addition to this lineup, and this is why, the swing is from this lineup with Cabrera or this lineup with DJ to this lineup with Kim. And I tell you, the lineup with Kim is deeper than the lineup with the other 2. Not that I don't think they could do it, but it is. This is what DJ did last year. In 67 games, he batted .204 with 7 extra base hits, 2 home runs, 26 RBI in 67 games played, only 19 walks. I get that, they owe him a ton of money, but that can't be the excuse. I know they owe him a shit ton of money right now. That doesn't mean that you play him. You can't do that. He's not worth it. So, I get Kirshner put out today that article. I get a lot of people are like, "This is probably not happening," including him. That's just something they've talked about internally. Now, what I think is they're talking about it internally for 1 of 2 reasons. 1, they wanna trade him, or 2, and if that's their backup plan, if they can't trade it and shred Stroman. Now, this is what the starting rotation looks like. So, obviously, if Cole is your number 1, Fried is your 2, I have Gil as the 3, Rodon as the 4 only because to break up the lefties. Teams normally don't want, other teams for scouting purposes to face 2 lefties in a row. So, this is actually a very well balanced rotation because you might get a series where you're facing 2 lefties in Fried and Rodon. You also might get a series where you're facing 2 righties. You're not gonna get a series where you're facing 3 of 1, or, maybe you'll never get a series like that. You'll get 2 and 2, but that's good for scouting purposes. Let's say you're playing a team, Boston. Let's say they're good against lefty pitching this upcoming season, which they were actually not bad last year against lefty pitching. Let's say you got a series coming in and you got, Fried in game 1 and Rodon in game 3. You still have a good chance of winning 2 of those 3 games, if not all 3. I'm not gonna sit here and act like guys don't have breakdown starts because I know that's a fact. But extras I have down here are Marcus Stroman and Will Warren. Will Warren, I'd probably take more of a gamble on Will Warren to have the spot start. Now he has to prove it in spring because he's done jack since he's gotten here. 0-3 with a 10 ERA. He was awful. Now he had that one good start against Philly that he got screwed there a minute by the home plate umpire. He kinda got screwed. I wasn't happy. I remember yelling that he's gonna be awful. But, aside from that, the start against St. Louis was dreadful. The start against Colorado was just a waking nightmare. The start against Anaheim was just a nightmare. I was watching that, it was a nightmare. With him, if it starts going fast, it goes too fast for him, and he kind of, lets it go, and that's not good. Now this is the outlook of the Yankee bullpen. Hold on, I just came across. Just a little Roki Sasaki update that just came up from Bob Nightingale. 20 teams reached out to the Japanese star, according to his agent Jim Wolf. With recruiting films, clips, and books. We know the Yankee meeting actually went very well with him. We know he was a fan of Masahiro Tanaka and Hideki Matsui as a kid, so that's a really, really positive thing. Um, so here's the Yankees. We have Devin Williams, we have Luke Weaver, Fernando Cruz, who we're going to talk about in just a second, Jonathan Loaisiga. So Loaisiga will not be available till end of April, early May at the earliest, according to Matt Blake. Ian Hamilton, Jake Cousins, Clayton Beeter, and Scott Efros. So right now the Yankees have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pitchers on the 26 man. Will Warren will probably start the season in AAA, so that's 14 pitchers on the 26 man roster. That's a lot. That's a lot. The Yankees have been connected to Andrew Chafin and Tim Hill, as we've all seen, as a lefty reliever. I'd take either one of them. You know, I get Williams, Weaver, and Cruz all have stuff that overwhelmingly can handle lefty hitters. I still don't not wanna have that lefty reliever to have that card in your deck to pull out at any point. You know, it always helps to have that card in your back pocket of like, "Here, I'll throw down this card just in case, you know, things are going wrong." You know, at least if you have a string of lefties coming up and you have a lefty reliever, let's say Weaver's off for the day or Williams isn't pitching till the ninth and Cruz is banged up or something. Here's Fernando Cruz's year in Cincinnati in 69 games, which is a lot for that's a lot for a reliever. A 4.86 ERA. Now, he pitched in Great American Small Park, Great American Ballpark, whatever you wanna call it. Pitchers hate pitching there. Hitters love hitting there. It is a hitter's park. I talked about this the other day, and I'll talk about it again. I don't like the walks, I love the strikeouts, and I don't like the home runs. Now, obviously, the ball might carry less in Yankee Stadium, which is something that Yankee fans are not used to hearing, of things might be better for the pitcher in Yankee Stadium, but that's the reality of this situation, and I really think that this is a good Matt Blake fixture-upper project. I think that this is perfect. This is really good for the Yankees. Now, if they need to lower that ERA and they need to use them less. Now, I saw someone from around the Cincinnati organization that said that towards the end, David Bell just used him every day for a stretch, and he never got rest, and he got hammered, and that's why the ERA is 4, or is almost 5. And if you really do a deep dive, yeah, the home run ball bit him. But 54 hits in 69 games is not bad. 54 hits in 66.2 innings is even better, because that means he's given less than a hit an inning. That's really good. So if you're looking for silver linings in this, the innings he pitched this season are very high, and the hits per inning he gave were manageable. Now, the walks per inning, I don't love. Now, also with a solid infield, which Cincinnati didn't have the best defense. Cincinnati didn't have a good team. So we're gonna be Michael Kay and Jack Curry like they did last week. Talk about Paul Goldschmidt, and I'll pull up his stats right here and present them on the table and talk about how the situation in St. Louis was awful, and the change of scenery is good for Goldschmidt because St. Louis wasn't trying, was I think what Michael Kay said last week. I watched part of it and I was baffled. I'm like, "I could say that, you can't." Like, you're a representative of the Yankees. You shouldn't be saying that the St. Louis organization didn't try. We all know they didn't. But Goldschmidt's numbers and the home runs go up and the hits go up if he's in Yankee Stadium. According to StatCast by Google Cloud, he'd be a better hitter if he were in Yankee Stadium last year. That's a really good thing. I'm excited for Goldschmidt. I really am. I wasn't happy when Hubs put that tweet out right after Bellinger was traded over, and I was on the phone with my dad. I'm like, "Please tell me this isn't what they're gonna do." And then I kinda slept on it and thinking and thinking, and "Huh." I'm like, "Huh, this might be the move." And they make the move, and, Yankee fans are in an outrage, and I'm sitting there, my dad was running errands, came back. He goes, "People are so mad." I go, "Yeah." I go, "I'm not, I don't know why." Like, I kinda like the move. I like the move from a clubhouse standpoint. I like the move from a logistics standpoint of in St. Louis, he was trying to be the main man. They needed someone down there or out there, wherever whatever you wanna call it. They needed someone there to kind of be the leader. He's coming to the Yankees, Judge is the leader. Stanton's more of a leader. You got other guys. This is great because Goldschmidt on a one-year deal could be the guy, and I like this, to help groom and train Ben Rice. Ben Rice, had the 3-homer game, he had 7 home runs and 13 extra base hits in 50 games. That's not great. Um, he also didn't get consistent playing time for a lot of it because they were really running out LeMahieu there. I didn't like that. Now Ben Rice is gonna get his playing time in 2025, I really think so. Whether that's backup first base or whether that's backup catcher, he's gonna get time, and I like that. I think he deserves it. So I'm really excited for the playing time that he's gonna get. But what's good about this is you now have Paul Goldschmidt, who can be the mentor to this kid and can kinda show him the ropes. A veteran first baseman who's done it forever can do this. That's fantastic. And I'm sure the Yankees thought of that, you know, in their minds when they were looking for this trade. Another one I wanna talk about briefly is Anthony Volpe. Look, I know the honeymoon with Volpe. As a guy, I think he's fantastic, but this face that he's making in this picture kinda describes the way I think about him in my mind. Defensively, he's one of the best defensive shortstops in MLB. He really is good. He is really, really good defensively. The offensive numbers went up. He played 160 games this year. He had 155 hits in 160 games. That's good. Now I would like maybe to have 162 hits in 160 games, more hits than games played. That's kind of cool. 46 extra base hits. Okay, that's taking it down a notch of I don't love that. 12 home runs I don't like, and 60 RBIs I don't like. 42 walks, that just that kills me. If the idea is for him to lead off, he cannot have 42 walks. He needs to know how to work a walk in the first inning to get on ahead of the big boys. Now, is there promise for Volpe? Yes. Is there a reality where he could step it up and be fantastic? Absolutely. But I think by the end of the season, that conversation needs to happen. If he has a similar season like this or like last, and let's say he steps up and bats 260 or 270, and let's say Boone does the smart thing, and recognizes that, hey, he can't play 160 games. Look at the postseason numbers. He batted 286 in the playoffs with a home run, a couple of doubles, and 6 RBIs in the postseason. He was very good. Worked more walks in the playoffs. Looked like a different hitter at home plate. And same at the start of the second half. He had like 4 home runs in like 7 games. He was very good. When he gets dates, if you give him a Wednesday off back to back with a Thursday off day or a Sunday off with a Monday off day or something like that, or Sunday baseball, you give him, Tuesday back to back off days and run him out instead of running him into the ground. That might be more worth it for Boone to really help him be better in 2025. because I think there's potential. So that's where I'm at with Volpe. Here's Marcus Stroman's year. In 20 games, wait, yeah, 20 games, it was 29 games, sorry. 29 games, 4.31 ERA, 54 and two-thirds innings, 167 hits given up, 19 home runs, 113 strikeouts, 60 walks. 60 walks in 154 innings, 167 hits in 154 innings. That's more than a hit per inning. He was not built for Yankee Stadium. He sucked as a Yankee this past season. If I am the front office, I would eat 5 or 6 million just to get rid of him. At this, he was just bad. He's a liability, to be frank. He's a liability for the Yankees right now. You can't pitch him. He's bad. Clark Schmidt, I'm kind of excited to see what he does, and I'm gonna get to Jazz Chisholm in a second. Clark Schmidt, he had a solid season. He only gave up 8 home runs in 16 games. In 85 innings, he only gave up 8 home runs and 71 hits. I like that. Only 30 walks in 85 innings. That's very good. So if he has a fully healthy season, he's gonna be good. The ERA, like, he is a pitcher that you could count on. Every game he started, he pretty much kept the opposition to 2 runs or less. He's a guy you could count on to go out there and give you a couple good innings and keep you in the game. Because I wanna hopefully bring back, the walk-off home run. That'd be fun to bring back. Jazz Chisholm in 147 games, had 256, 144 hits, so almost a hit a game, 79 extra base hits I like, 24 home runs I like. He would have had like 30 home runs had he been in Yankee Stadium. While he was with the Marlins for all those games, 73 ribbies and 54 walks. I like that. Now Kershaw just put a tweet out, so hold on if it lets me read it. So while this loads, um, so Yankees might have been among the teams that include players in their video presentation for rookie, which I kind of like, which means kind of showed, you know, they might put Judge in there, or Matsui, or someone like that. But that's it for now. So until more news breaks, there's not much to really talk about. I hope that we see some more updates. The stove's hot right now. They just announced the Burns to the backs is official. The Yankees still have not announced a Goldschmidt though, which of course they take forever to announce their transactions. I don't know why. They're so slow. I don't expect until the new year. I doubt they're announcing it tomorrow. Um, but other than that, I'll be keeping things updated throughout the off season. If you give me a follow on X or on Instagram, I use Instagram stories to keep updates. All the tweets I'll show in my live streams, I retweet, so you'll see them on Twitter, sometimes with my comments on it. So please give me a follow, subscribe, and join the next live session. We probably won't be going live again till next week. Obviously, if news breaks, we'll expedite that, and I'll let you all know through social media. Thank you so much, and have a great day.